Story number 5. Is this the end of the subscription era? Recently, we've had this whole subscription thing going on where you stop owning a product, you just subscribe to everything. Hey, let me subscribe to Adobe, let me subscribe to whatever streaming service, Netflix or Disney Plus, and everything is a subscription now. In fact, I saw a car wash in my neighborhood. They're only doing subscriptions now. You can't come in and pay $5 to get a car wash. Like, nah, you pay $20, you get a subscription. There is no, yeah, whatever. I'm sorry, subscription. It's the whole month. We got you.
Yeah, I know
And
why that happened too. I can tell you why.
oh, jump in. Why did it happen?
Private equity found out that car washes make so much money that
Mm,
it just makes sense to make a subscription service. Because think about it, it's low overhead, right? You build it once, you put a lot of capital, build it once, pay like folks like what, $8, $10 an hour to wash a car. And basically, so you have low capital requirements throughout the month to pay for it. And so now what you can do is you have so much revenue coming in, you use that revenue to buy debt. And with more debt, you can basically buy all the different car washes in the area. And so, yeah, it's a play. This is a huge play. You can find things that are going to just spit out cash. And like you said, this run rate software as a service, when you have
yeah.
that play, that's always going to win. Yeah, man. High level, my thoughts on it is just that, yeah, man, I think it is the end. I think the biggest thing here is what you're seeing is a lot of content is just not valuable. Number one, a lot of folks are struggling with trying to figure out, is this something I even want to watch, even though it's on streaming service? And then also, we talk about this, Mr. Benja, every week. I have a lot of subscription services. You don't, because the cost, inflation's going up, gas prices are going up, things are going up.
Time cost too.
And so discretionary costs, to me, time is relative. If it's a good show, I'm going to take the time to watch. It's only 30 minutes, an hour. I have an hour every night. I can watch it then, but still, you're right. It's not, it's definitely something though. But from a financial standpoint, I'm
Mhm.
seeing now I'm starting to cut stuff in because I just don't have as much discretionary income like I used to, right? And if they don't have a lot of content that's drawing me in, I think Netflix is probably still, I have to just have that and Disney Plus for the kids. But
Yeah.
after that, it's really need this for this one show. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I was the For a while, I was the king of I just don't like the hooks being in me. I still don't like the catching the envelope in the mail and they're like, "Hey, you've been subscribing to this magazine for this long." And I'm like, I'm still on this stupid magazine. Okay, whatever. But yeah, this era of asking people to subscribe for things. One of the reasons that it's relevant is because we've taken this subscription kind of service model and it's not totally sustainable when you try to push it onto the user base. And we see that with Substack. This guy wrote a nice article, Nick Hilt. He wrote a Medium article and Medium Substack, so he's in that world anyway, where basically he was saying that, look, if I get on Substack and I start making money, that's cool. Then it gets a bazillion people on Substack trying to actually make money off of it. That's just not going to happen based on the numbers. And you have these tent pole dynamics where one or two or three or four people, a small percentage, hold up the entire tent and everybody else just falls off dramatically. And they can't sustain themselves with the views, the readership, or the subscriptions. It's just off this dream. And if enough people realize that, hey, wait a minute, I can't make any money off Substack and putting all this energy into it, I should be doing something else, then they stop subscribing to it themselves. They stop putting content out there. It starts to fall off. And that could be a way that it starts to die out where you have people who don't want to put time into the service to actually keep it going. How does that work for these subscription services where they rely on users as well?
Yeah, I agree, man. This is one of, I think also this is a whole model of software as a service. Is that something that's still viable? I think in certain cases it can be. The price point relative to the value you get is so huge and differential. But if you're not even using a service and or like you said, Substack, the user is not getting a value from it, and then you as a creator, you just can't come up with great ideas to keep them attractive and long enough, then yeah, it's gonna fall out. So It's tough, man. This ongoing kind of spinning wheel. I think it worked at one time when capital was cheap. And so basically startups can go in and spend a ton of money to attract as much talent, attract as much people, to get people to just try these type of services and say, hey, we'll subsidize. Uber knew, they saw the numbers. It's not gonna cost them it's not gonna cost you $5 for it to get from San Francisco to somewhere in the valley or whatever,
Yeah.
right? So they were subsidizing that cost until now it's the true cost. So people are like, do I really think Uber's cheaper or should I just get a rental car? So it's getting to that point where these, yeah, software as a service solutions have been subsidized so much to the consumer that, but
Yeah.
these software companies can't do that anymore. So we're going to see more and more price points change. So we'll see.
Yep.